Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be cooking something that I enjoy eating that is just something that I put together. It's Brussels sprouts, sweet potatoes, and a vegan sausage. And so what I have here, and I combine it, I'll show you everything that I have. So I have a FieldRoast vegan sausage. It's made with Yukon Gold potatoes, apples, and sage. It's really tasty. And then I have Brussels sprouts. Yum. I have a sweet potato that is already in the midst of peeling. Sausage, onion that I will be slicing, and a clove of garlic. I also have rosemary and thyme, both leaf versions, and you can use fresh. Fresh is preferable. That's the way you get the most absorbent from the flavors and the added benefits to your body. And then I also have salt and pepper. Have a nice baking sheet pan that is lightly greased. I usually take a paper towel, put it with some oil, spread the paper towel across the bottom of the pan. You're gonna need a bowl, a knife, mixing spoon, and a cutting area. And so what I'm gonna start with is the rest of my Brussels sprouts. So you'll take each sprout, you wanna cut the ends off, you can see there, and then slice it in half. You've got two halves. I'm gonna put that in there because every bit counts. I'm gonna do the rest of these and put them in my bowl. Hope everyone is doing well and has had a nice day as usual, because every day is a magical day. So then I'm going to take my garlic clove. You can take your knife, even level, press down on the clove to crack the skin, and then you're gonna peel that skin right off. Cut the end off, the hard edge. You don't want to eat that. See there? And then I'm going to slice it vertically and then dice it. And throw that in with the Brussels sprouts. You can see that here. Yum. Okay, and then with your sweet potato, you can use as much as you like. It just depends on how much you like of each thing. These are seasonal vegetables that I am choosing to use. And they're, again, some of my favorites. So you can use up to 1 or 2, 3, you know, however big you need this for everybody. You can make it for your family. It's a nice, good put together meal that is a 1 bowl deal. You can take it. Oh, and just to mention, it's soft. I put it in the microwave. I have a video on that, but you soften up the sweet potato in the microwave for 2 minutes, and that'll make it softer so that the cooking time is less in the oven. You're able to cook it with other things as well without there being an imbalance between the vegetables, so they all come out cooked nice and evenly. So I'm gonna cut the ends off after I've peeled the sweet potato. And I still have a little bit of skin left, so we're just gonna slice that off there. And then I have a whole potato here. I'm gonna slice it right down the middle, lengthwise. Turn it over flat like this, place it down, and then slice it in the middle again. So then they're each 2 halves. That'll become 2, so now I have 4 pieces. And with those, you're going to take those, and that's where you'll cut your chunks. So then you cut across, and then you have sweet potato chunks. And you want them to be about the same size, all your vegetables that cook, so they can cook nice and evenly as well. This will help with the balance in your cooking of your vegetables as well. Or fruits, because we love fruits too. All right, I'm gonna cut the rest of this. And you can cut them as big as you like. Again, you want to have them about the same size as your Brussels sprouts. Now these are the last ending pieces. They're a little big. If I cut down here, I'll have a smaller piece, so I'm just gonna leave it. All right, and then, hold on one second. Okay. Then I'm gonna slice my sausage. And you want those to be about the same size as well. I'm only using one piece because I don't want a whole lot of that. It's really good, and I'll end up eating that before I eat the vegetables. So I try to have this as like a nice delicacy inside of there. So I'm gonna take that. You can see how thick I slice those as well. And you're gonna put that in the bowl. And then last but not least, or I should say for the vegetable part, I'm gonna take a small onion. This is already halved. It's been in my fridge, so I'm gonna use it up. I'm gonna cut out, it got a little dry on the end, so I'm gonna try to slice as thin as I can to get that part off. And I am in the process of learning about compost, so I'm gonna look into that. That'll be another video, but you have scraps here that can be used for compost as well. Compost is just another way to help preserve the earth and to eliminate excess of garbage. It recycles itself. Okay, so I'm gonna slice my onion. I'm gonna take off the outer rind with the skin on it. I don't want that. It's not gonna be edible. You won't be able to eat it, so you don't want that. And then I'll take my one slice of the whole and slice it right down the middle. And then you'll have multiple slices. Throw those in to your mix. And I'm gonna do one more of those because I really like onions. I love onions. And this kind of came out in a sliced way, so I'm just gonna throw that in there. Okay, so then I also have a little bit of oil. Coconut oil is what I usually use. This is canola oil. I'm gonna take a little bit of that and sprinkle it. I'll show you. Just a little, probably about, I'd say a half teaspoon to a teaspoon. You wanna mix that in and mix this all together. Just kind of give it a couple of tosses so everything kind of gets covered. All right, and then I'm gonna take this. Let's move this stuff here. Let's scoot that up there. I'll sit this here so you can kind of see a little bit here. I'm gonna take this and just spread it all across the bottom of this pan here. Make sure it's nice and compact together. You want it to cook pretty well together while it's together, and then as it cooks, it'll spread out. You'll be tossing it. And I'm gonna turn my oven on. So I have my oven on at 375. You wanna preheat it while you're cutting everything so that your oven is ready to go by the time you are ready to put this in the oven. So now that I have everything here on the pan, I'm going to take my salt and pepper and just sprinkle right across each part. Give it a nice little dingy ding. And we got pepper too. We go like this. And make sure it's nice and flavored. It smells really good. My onion's not quite spread out there, so we're gonna sprinkle that. And then I have some leaf thyme. I don't know if you can see, I'll show if you can see that. We'll sprinkle that. Couple sprinkles, let's say about 1/8 of a teaspoon for each, depending on your taste and your flavor. Feel free to add as much as you would like to your tasting. And then also, I have garlic in here. I think I'm gonna do some garlic powder real quick. Okay, so I have garlic powder here. Even though I have garlic, I really love garlic too, and I love the flavor. I'm just gonna take this and sprinkle this a little bit across there too. So here's what you have, nice and prepared. You're gonna take this and put it into your oven, about 375, 400. I only have it at 375 because the meat is in here, the sausage, and I don't want it to overcook or cook too fast. So 375 is about even Stevens for me. It's in between 350, in between 400. Cook it on 375, probably about 30 minutes to 40 minutes, just depends on the cook time. The Brussels sprouts are a little bit harder in consistency, so they would take a little bit longer to cook. Again, you have everything here prepared and ready to go. Just keep tossing. I'd say about every, depending on how often you want to check on it, 5 to 10 minutes. Normally it would be about 10, 15 minutes if you're cooking it up to an hour. So that is my recipe. I hope you enjoy this. If you do try it, I encourage you to try it. And thank you for tuning in, for being healthy, and for showing your love and support. I enjoy doing these, and I am excited to do more. Thank you. Peace.